Sab here. I just wanted to bring you in and kind of show you what I do normally. I got a small project I need to do, and it has to drill a few holes and kind of a pattern. So just wanted to show you kind of how I set up the mill purposely for doing this, and 9 times out of 10 my mill stays this way. Unless I'm doing something odd or doing something different or whatever, 9 times out of 10 my mill stays this way. And obviously you can see I have the vise on, and I already went ahead and checked and make sure everything was zeroed out with it real quick. But what we're going to do is we're going to indicate off the corner of the vise here and set our 0 there, and then whenever we go to do our pattern, we set our piece in, line it up to our corners. Now we can just go ahead and punch the holes or do whatever we need into here. So let me get you brought in here and I'll show you how I'm doing this. Alright, so there's these tools here that I call them the jigglers. They're actually an edge finder set, and they come in various different sizes. So these tips here are ground to 200 thousandths, you know, and these ones are the same thing. This one's 200 on the end, same with this one here, but this one here is a 1/2 inch. So whenever you touch off here, this, whenever it moves, you just subtract 100 thousandths, and that's the edge there. So let's demonstrate. What you do is you flick it. Alright, you see how it kicked to the one side? As soon as it kicks, that's where you set your 0. Now I'm going to do the same thing for this edge. And it just hit. So now if we bring it over to 100 thousandths, and this is the same. That is exactly the center, or this corner. So as you can see on the digital readout, now we just 0 and 0, enter. Now that's our starting point. So now that we have everything set up, I went ahead and got some parallels to give me the decent height I need. So now when we put our piece of workpiece in here, I'll usually take another parallel, hold up against the edge, and then clamp this down. So this helps you line it with this edge and this edge. So now this piece, we should be able to just do our X and Y and punch our holes. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and get a regular chuck put in here, regular Jacobs. So now all we have to do is look at the digital readout So it's 1.28 by 1 inch. All right, so all that's left is drill the hole. And what's nice about doing this is the next hole is 4 inches over from this, but we already know this is an inch, so all we have to do is go over 5 inches on the digital readout. And that's pretty much it. It makes it so much easier. Okay, since we got our pilot hole in here, we're going to go ahead and get the drill size in, which is 9/16. Okay, so what's nice about this is I can drop this next piece in because it's exactly the same and do the exact same thing and not have to reset everything up. Okay, here's what I was meaning. This is the second piece that needs done. It's exactly the same as the other. So now I just pulled it in, and this is all I do. So now this one here is lined up perfect with the other one. Actually, the tolerances on this stuff is not very critical, so it's not really crazy big deal, but and it's the same thing. We set it to 1 inch. And this is 1.28. So there you go. You can see, you know, by setting it up this way, you can do repeatability rather easy. Okay, so here's what I was meaning. These two plates, now they get 4 holes drilled and tapped into this. So by having the mill set up this way, it makes it so much easier just to drop these in, do your X and Y coordinates with your digital readout, and you're good to go. I am, however, going to try to do both of these at the same time since they're exactly the same. So I usually take a parallel and lay it flat and do the exact same thing. Alright, now let's get these holes drilled and tapped, and these plates are good to go. They feel like they're in there, so. And they should be, since they're cut out of the same piece. If it was 2 different pieces that I had, you might not bite in there. You might have to add some stuff in here. You know, sandpaper sometimes works, some just cardboard works. But these are cut out of the same piece, the same stock. So, all right. So all we're going to do is go ahead and get our 4 pilot holes put in, do it on our X and Y. So the first one is at 0.55 by 2 inches in. All right, And I'm sure you saw how this has tried to lift up on me. Sometimes you do have to put support down here or add a clamp here to help hold them together. I didn't do that, and you could see what had happened. Luckily it's only a pilot hole, so it's not that critical. So I'm going to go ahead and probably just use a small C-clamp here, put it on here to keep these two together, and then we'll go ahead and get the drill in here for the tap. Alright, so we got the tap here. It's a 3/8/16 tap. We're going to try power tapping it and see how well it does. Alright, well there you have it. So everything's drilled and tapped. All I got to do is some deburring, and then these plates they're done. But my whole point of the video was to show you, if you set your zero on this side of the jaw and then this side of the jaw, you can set it up for repeatability. And like I said, I can usually keep mine set that way all the time, unless I'm doing something else. Because you never know what you get into. Sometimes you have to do on the table, sometimes you have to do on the vise, sometimes you have to bigger and awkward pieces. But anyway, hope you enjoyed, so take care. Until next time.